a lot of noise online about Tippett. And I have to wonder if internally he's starting to feel a little bit of that pinch. The Oilers have lost 8 straight games under his watch. Unfortunately, with COVID, when he wasn't able to be on the bench, the Oilers found a way to win. So is there a correlation there, or are fans reaching? I don't know, but another slow start, another game without a complete performance. You know, maybe he's not making the right call with McLeod with ice time. At what point do we look at the coach and say he has to have some onus here? I mean, look what Bruce Boudreau's doing with the Vancouver Canucks. He turned that team around like this. At some point, there needs to be a coaching decision that maybe gives the Oilers a little bit more momentum. Or, yeah, if it's not your constant Connor and Dry, duo that you're talking about, he does something that's creative and helps this team. Like, there needs to sometimes be a look at, like, the coaching, not just the players at this point in time.
Yes. The good old Edmonton Oilers. The owners of arguably the 2 best players in the world, and Zach Kassian. And this December has been nothing but rocky for your Edmonton Oilers. They have a 3-8 record. They lost 6 in a row. They won a couple games, and they started losing again. They scored 1 to 2 goals. 1 to 2 goals with the 2 best players in the world. 6 different times. And they let in 30 goals during that stretch. I'll give them credit where it's due. A lot of these losses were very close games. They were 1 to 2 goal games. But you're not going to be winning hockey games when you can only score 1 to 2 goals per game. It's not acceptable. And apart from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, a lot of their players aren't performing. Some of the notable players that are struggling right now is Kyle Turris. 19 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. He has averaged 10 minutes of ice time in the past 5 games he's played. Also another player, Ryan McLeod. McLeod's been notified as players like, oh, maybe we should give him more ice time. Something they should definitely do because he really puts the opportunities for the Oilers. He has 21 games played, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, 11 minutes on ice time. And then you have a guy like Kailer Yamamoto, who has 32 games played, 7 goals, 4 assists, 11 points, but get this, 17 minutes of ice time. Now, I play hockey and I play JV, and I get probably like 6 to 7 shifts a game. And this guy's getting 17 minutes of ice time. I would take that and cherish it. But getting 11 points in 32 games played, by the way, with 17 minutes of ice time on average, unacceptable. Now, I see where this comes into play with Dave Tippett. Oilers fans have been criticizing Dave Tippett very often because just they keep losing when he's on the bench. And I mean, well, if you have no one else to blame, blame the coach. And for the first time ever, I'm honestly not disagreeing with them. Kailer Yamamoto gets 17 minutes of ice time and puts up 11 points. Yet a guy like Ryan McLeod, who always makes opportunities, gets 11. I feel like you should give a younger guy like McLeod more time, especially since Yamamoto is struggling. Maybe if Yamamoto can get his game back together, he can get back that 17 minutes of ice time. But give it to McLeod. Like, McLeod's been alright. Give him to McLeod. Or maybe not even McLeod. Maybe a younger guy like, let's say, Warren Foegele, for example. Give Foegele or another player that ice time who's been performing pretty well. Like, I don't understand the Dave Tippett's thinking here. And to be honest here, I really feel like the next couple of games are really going to be the deciding factor of whether or not Dave Tippett stays in Edmonton. Like tonight, they play the New York Rangers. Like, if they lose to the Rangers, that could be Dave Tippett's coaching job. That could genuinely be it. And maybe a coaching change is what the Oilers need to get their team back on track. Maybe that's a wake-up call for them. Maybe that works. Now, there are 2 things that I've been hearing Oilers fans calling for. Dave Tippett's head and a new goalie. And I'm not going to disagree with them. For the most part, the Oilers' goaltending has been bad. Mikko Koskinen, notably the worst goalie for the Oilers right now, that he was 1-4-1 with a 19 goals against and an 8.877 save percentage. That's bad. That's just not good at all. Next up here is Mike Smith. Now, we got to give Mike Smith some exceptions. He was injured since October, and he's listed as day-to-day right now. So, he is 0-1-1 in the month of December. He let in 10 goals during those 2 games and was a .866. So, yeah, it's been rough all around. But we got to give Smith an exception because he was injured for a little bit there. And then Stuart Skinner. Stuart Skinner was arguably the best goalie for the month. And I'm not sure why they kept him in. He won the team their only 2 games that month. He was 2-2-0 with a 12 goals against average and a .88 save percentage. That's good. I don't understand why they're not playing Stuart Skinner anymore. Maybe it's because Mike Smith has come back. Maybe they're just trying to play him. But, like, honestly, send Koskinen down. Have Mike Smith and Stuart Skinner as their goaltending tandem. Because I've seen some fans saying, oh, we need to go out and get someone like Gibson. Or I've seen people saying, like, oh, no, Stuart Skinner's the answer. It just depends on what type of Oilers fan you are. And their upcoming schedule isn't entirely promising. They start off the stretch playing the Rangers tonight at Madison Square Garden. Then they go to Toronto Wednesday. Then they go to Ottawa the next Monday. Then they play Chicago. Then they play Florida. And then they play Calgary. So there's some easy games in there. Ottawa, Chicago should be easy. But the rest are very difficult. So the schedule does not get easier for the Oilers. And we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. We'll either see a complete turnaround or we're going to see a coaching change. One of the two. Now, as you guys know, I like to end my videos off on a high note. Let's look at some positive factors for the Oilers right now. Connor McDavid's the biggest one. 32 games played, 19 goals, 34 assists for 53 points, being dominant as usual. Leon Draisaitl's up there as well with 32 games played, 25 goals, 27 assists for 52 points. Another notable player is Jesse Puljujarvi with 30 games played, 10 goals, 13 assists, and 23 points. And this isn't exactly good news, but we got to give some credit to the people who are thinking, oh, well, the injuries in Edmonton are pretty bad right now, and they're not wrong. Mike Smith is on this closed injury day-to-day currently. He can come back any day. That's a good thing. Marcus Niemelainen, I might have got that name wrong, has a hand injury. He's currently on injury reserve. Oscar Klefbom has been out since 2019-20. He has a shoulder injury, and he's on LTIR. He's probably not coming back. Josh Archibald, another guy who is not coming back, likely. He has a heart condition, and he's on LTIR as well. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is undisclosed. He's also listed day-to-day. He could come back any day now. Chris Russell, is upper body injury, is on LTIR, mostly because to work with the cap. Russell will be back eventually, but not anytime soon. And Alex Stalock also has heart conditions, and he's on LTIR. Now, despite the rough December, I do believe the Oilers will pull out of this. Whether or not they fire Tippett, this team is a playoff team, and hopefully they can get back on the right track. And you know what? Maybe we'll see change in the next couple of games. Maybe Yamamoto will start racking up the points. Maybe Ryan McLeod will get more ice time. You never know when it comes to this Oilers team. Although it may seem rough right now and they may have to make a change, I think the Oilers can definitely turn this season around. Anyways, guys, that is it for me today. If you guys want to see some more Edmonton Oilers content, make sure to go look at this little eye icon right here where you'll see my playlist with every Oilers-related video ever posted on this channel. Thank you all for watching. Before I spoil it, let me know in the comments below what you guys think is wrong with the Edmonton Oilers. Something I didn't mention is the defense. The defense has definitely taken a big effect since last season, but I think the biggest problem right now is the goaltending. So thank you all for watching. Before I spoil it, I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.